And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come up.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
So the Nets starting five. They've got Kyrie Irving. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Harden in at the point. And for Atlanta, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Collins is out there with Tony Snell. And it's Capella in at the five, down low. Atlanta with the ball. Here's Herter. And that one is hammered home.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Harris inside. Kicks it out to Harden. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Emphasizing the importance of a deep bench. A few teams, Doris, across the league are riddled with injuries right now.
And this is where your front office has to find a way to be successful year after year.
Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
It's Durant on the wing. Harden the pass to Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here's Young. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland. Six on the shot clock. Irving with the steal. Harden inside the three-point line. Durant. And Durant is right there. Durant's got five.
Well, with his combination of length and timing and athleticism, Kevin Durant is eating the glass right now.
A chance to check out the shooting guards across the NBA that have averaged the highest number of assists over the last month. James Harden, number one.
Well, when he's on the court, it's like having a second point guard out there. And in fact, his passing ability oftentimes rivals or surpasses some of the best point guards in our league.
Yeah, he may be a shooting guard by name, but he is every bit the distributor that some of the league's top point guards are. And he's as unselfish a player as there is at the off-guard spot.
Back to Collins. And the pass to Capella. Just 5 to shoot. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
A big who lives inside. Capella knows he's a center. He knows he makes his living off scoring close in against that good D.
Stolen by Collins. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Moves so well towards the rim. When Collins attacks with that kind of ferocity, puts the defense on their heels.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Irving passes to Jordan. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Jordan.
How about the great body control by Kyrie Irving, one of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
To the middle, Young finds Capella, and Jordan sends it back. Johnson, a wide open look. No good with the triple.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Collins, and stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Durant's running, and Jordan gets it to go.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Young drives in, and it's good for 2.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but in that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Oh, no doubt. Playing aggressively, forcing the action, that often works in your favor, and it did the last time around.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. The 3. The shot, no good. For Atlanta, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Bogdanovich kicks to Okongwu. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. To the paint, here's Rondo. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Pass to Brown. Johnson outside. Fires the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari. Rondo with the steal. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves? And
well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Hawks. Okongwu is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Bogdanovich. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Gallinari in at the 3. Rondo with the ball. And the layup is good. Rondo's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, you got to be better defensively on Rondo there as he comes off that screen.
Harden outside. Johnson kicks to Brown. Johnson against Rondo. Brown. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Johnson against Rondo. In the corner, it's Capella. Down low. And Okongwu slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Nets leading by 3. Now, here is Harden. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
From outside, off the mark. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Harden against Bogdanovich. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
Bruno Fernando's checked in for Capella. And a new group in for the Nets. Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Luwawu is checked in for Brown. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Johnson. And it's Bogdanovic off the drive. Here's Fernando. Makes it off the glass. Fernando's got his first 2 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Bogdanovic picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Bogdanovic. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Nets making a change here as well. Irving's checked in, and that one is good. And the Nets lead by 3.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
And Luwawu Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Young, here we go. And it's good, 2 points. Young's got his second basket.
You know, showing he's able to finish on the drive, I really enjoy watching Young take that initiative and capitalize.
Here's Irving, and that one drops for him. Irving's got 6 points.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And Young, here we go. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan comes in for Kevin Durant. And Harris subbed in for Landry Shamet.
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the charts.
Passes to Harris from 10 feet out. Here's Irving. Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. Green finds Harris. 5 on the clock. Irving from long range. Rebound by the Hawks. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position. Help was on the way.
There's Green with the 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Gallinari surveying the D. On its way from Young for 2. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point. Young's shot is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here is Harden. He's got 10. It's Durant on the wing. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail it. Collins with it, and it's Harden picking him up and finished off by Collins.
Oh, nice to see a power forward like Collins throw it down. We know he can hit a three, but go with the easy hoop.
It's Harden with the drive. On the wing, Irving. Here's Jordan. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
Young up top, guarded by Harden. Young dishes to Collins. And he makes good on the layup. Collins has got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Harden against Young. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for the Hawks. Rondo comes in for Young. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Rondo against Harden. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Tipped away. They get it again. Collins, that's a 2-pointer. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Collins has got the lead up to 3 now for the Hawks. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Harden kicks to Durant. And the Nets miss again.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Shot by Collins, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Harris passes to KD. And the wide open shot from Griffin. The shot misses. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
And how about his athleticism? For a big man, Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
And KD, here we go. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they?
Come get it, come get it.
Outside, Bogdanovich. That one good for 2. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Harden outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now Bogdanovich. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He feeds it to Capella. Outside for Rondo. Another shot. And Griffin sends it back. It's stolen by Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before the third quarter comes to a close. The Hawks on top. They're up by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Collins, Bogdanovich out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Gallinari in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Hawks 5.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
He kicks to Bogdanovich. Over to the wing. Shamet with the steal. Here's Luwawu. Jordan trying to free himself up, and Luwawu gets it to go.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Rondo against Irving. Okongwu kicks to Gallinari. 3 on the clock. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Nets trail by 5. Here's Shamet. Nails the corner 3. Shamet's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, it's a risky move to pull up from three-point range on the break, but it's a shot he's very comfortable with.
Bogdanovich inside. He's covered by Shamet.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Tony Snell's checked in for John Collins. Kevin Huerter comes in for Bojan Bogdanovich. And Trae Young subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And James Harden has subbed in for Landry Shamet. Okongwu, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Okongwu's now got 4 points in the quarter.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Pass to Snell. It's Young on the wing. Good D by Jordan.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
The score now all even.
Well, we know Kevin Durant is one of the elite players in the NBA, and if there's a big shot to be made, he wants to take it.
Young dishes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Young outside. And what a play, just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Here's Irving. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Hawks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Young with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Young's shot is good.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
1:15 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Absolutely fearless. DJ, go to work.
Harden against Young. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Ice in his veins. Young excels at stepping to the plate and delivering in the clutch.
It's tipped. It's Harden with the drive, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Trae Young.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Young drives in, and Jordan sends it back.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game.
Count it!
Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
Here's Young. To the inside. Yes!
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're down by 2. 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What do you think, guys?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Irving attacking. It's in! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Guys, how good is Kyrie Irving at shielding off defenders and getting the soft shot up on the drive?
Atlanta calls timeout. Six seconds left in the 4th quarter. Young with no one around. No good from 3-point territory. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to... And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. And it's the Hawks to start out. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Green in at the center. And the jam by Harden.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here. Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Harden, no good. The Hawks leading by 3. Snell, the pass to Collins. Here's Young, and he banks in the layup. Young's got 22 points.
An effective multi-dimensional scorer. Young is incredible at turning on the Jets when he's feeling it.
Outside for Griffin. Outside Irving. Now the pass to Green. No good off the front iron.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Young against Irving. And Young, and here we go. Shot clock at 5. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 7-point Atlanta lead.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Here's Harden. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
Herter passes to Young. Capella trying to free himself up. Trae Young again. Young's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Hawks. They kick it out to Green from downtown. Rebound Atlanta. And he commits the intentional foul. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. For Atlanta, they've gotten locked in overtime, and they have yet to miss a shot. A perfect 5 for 5. Young against Harden. Capella dishes to Young. Back to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
The 3 from KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Gets the first. That makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
Harden finds Irving. Here is Durant. He's guarded by Hill. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
And so it's Atlanta with the W. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what?
everyone. Thanks for joining us on two. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We got Ben Simmons. Bradley is out there with Harris. Then it's Green, and it's Curry in at the two-guard spot. And for Brooklyn, they've got Harris. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Landry Shamet's checked in for Brooklyn.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons, his age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of a career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
And Simmons slams it in.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do to prevent Simmons from creating space. I mean, it's quite honestly what he does best in pick-and-roll situations.
Now here's Harden. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Simmons against Harden. Oh, what a dunk!
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
And Simmons slams it in.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on you.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
The pass to Shamet. Nets passing it around. Here's Jordan. Count it. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
Now here's Simmons. A 14-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The offensive rebound, and the shot goes in.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Nets trail by 4. Harden outside, over Simmons. Harden the pass to Jordan. Oh, and the jam by Jordan.
Boy, Jordan still going up. Man, he's been lighting up arenas for over a decade and still major bounce.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 12. Here's Bradley. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Now here's Jordan after Ben Simmons' miss. Offensive rebound, and then slammed in by Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's Simmons. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And the dunk by Jordan.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Here's Simmons. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. 1 second left. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Simmons is out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Howard. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Korkmaz in at the 3 slot.
And, you know, this is why Simmons is an all-star caliber player, guys, because he has the ability to dominate games.
Irving passes to Griffin. Back to Irving. Howard with the steal. The drive by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
The slash ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive, cutting mentality.
Irving against Simmons. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself a reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area. Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 26. Here's Korkmaz. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Nobody near Irving. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Well, you can't give up this kind of positioning, not to a guy like Simmons. I mean, all you're asking for is to get burned if you do.
Harden outside, and stolen by Scott. Milton finds Simmons. And the layup falls. Simmons got the lead up to 6 now for the 76ers. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And it's sent back by Howard.
And, you know, this is a definite strength of Howard's game. I think he's a rim protector of an elite level.
The drive by Simmons.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Irving. And it's sent back by Howard. Here's Simmons. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Joe Harris is checked in for Brown. And Luwawu subbed in for James Harden. Out to Harris. Inside. Here's Griffin. And it's blocked by Bradley. They get it back. Just 4 to shoot. Will it go? And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Simmons. Now, here's Maxey. He's covered by Irving. And that one's good. Maxey.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay. Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
32 seconds left in the first half. And that one's good. Maxey.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Kyrie Irving. Philadelphia shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. Now, here's Maxey. He's covered by Irving. Thibault, the pass to Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Green's got the lead, back up to 10 now for Philadelphia. And so it's Philadelphia with a 10.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 34 points. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get on.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5. And they pick up 2. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
DeAndre Jordan knows a big part of his job is to gobble up rebounds. That time, an angry putback from Jordan.
Green passes to Simmons, and that one drops. Simmons got 38 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 4 rebounds in this game.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin comes in for Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Howard's checked in for the 76ers. Outside for Curry. A second chance effort. They get the rebound. And another shot. And stolen by Harris. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. And the dunk by Brown.
You cannot afford to be careless around Harris. He's very capable of swiping the ball away if you are.
Simmons passes to Howard. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Howard's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Durant down low. Harris is there. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Great reach that time by Howard. He went way upstairs to throw that one down. Can pretty much get any pass that's around the goal.
Here's Harden. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 12.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Simmons looking around. The feed to Howard. Outside for Curry. Pass to Simmons. Tries again. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. The drive by Scott. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Korkmaz. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Korkmaz has got his first points of the game. Harden outside. Griffin trying to get open.
You know, Harden has that quick first step. Once he sees a lane to the rim, he's going to take it.
1:12 left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Milton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now, here's Maxey. He's guarded closely. Yep, it counts. He has 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Thibault. Passes it to Maxey. Thibault with the ball. Brown on him. 5 to shoot. Here's Maxey. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the 76ers lead by 14.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here's Harden. Nice D from Scott.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high impact.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be right back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th, we've got Bradley. Matisse Thybulle's out there with Maxey. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Korkmaz in at the 4-man position. On the wing, Green. The kick out to Brown. Back to Griffin. Outside Irving. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
I think he's the most creative finisher in the league. Irvin's so good at finding holes in the defense.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Simmons is checked in. Harden dishes to Jordan. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
To the inside, and stolen by Jordan. Harden with it, out guarded by Simmons. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 5 assists in the game. Outside, Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
And, you know, Harden's exceptional at getting out on the break in transition. I mean, running exactly the right path and getting it done.
Outside, Simmons. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And there it is for him.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
Simmons with it. Over Harden. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, they call him Dancing Danny Green, and you can see why. Excellent offensive instincts there.
Simmons against Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Philadelphia leading by 9. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Here's Simmons. They get it back. He kicks it to Bradley. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Simmons got 47 points.
Boy, that's a great effort from Simmons, guys. He might have point guard skills, and he's got plenty of those, but he can bang inside, too.
It's Harden with the drive. It's good.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Philadelphia.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stopped a sure thing, slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
At the elbow, Irving. Out to KD. Takes a three. The putback, Jordan. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Simmons. And another one. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the 76ers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And tonight's win will put them up 2-1 in what has become a really intense season series, giving them a tentative edge here with one still left to be played against the Nets.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ben Simmons.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Green kicks to Curry. Clock at 6. On the wing, Harris. Off target from outside. So Philadelphia wins it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had...
The WNBA is a league made up of all women. 80% of those women are women of color. So if you look in the big scheme of things in the world, we are the minority, but we're a league that's made up of the majority of the minority. Being able to say that we represent so many that don't have a voice, it's like our responsibility to speak out and try to make things better.
Welcome to Philadelphia, the birthplace of America. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Tuesday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Knicks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen.
Oh, what a play!
What You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And we've got a good one tonight, Steve. Both these teams have been playing at a high level lately.
Kevin, winning basketball on display. As a fan, as a former player, and a broadcaster, you can't ask for much more.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. Solomon Hill is checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Kevin Huerter. Young passes to Okongwu. Simmons looking around. And he slams it down right on top of Gallinari.
Throw it down, young fella. Simmons is explosive and without a doubt one of my favorite dunkers.
Young against Simmons. Young outside. Gallinari outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Outside, Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Young inside. Guarded by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
Green finds Bradley. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Bradley. Simmons got 8 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers. Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Collins checked in for Gallinari.
The 2018 Rookie of the Year. Simmons' NBA career got off to a great start, and he's only continued to improve.
And Simmons drops them both. The Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Bogdanovich passes to Hill. Young dishes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Few people see the floor as well as Trey. If you're open, he'll find you.
Simmons inside. Working on Collins. Simmons' shot is good. The Hawks trail by 6. Now Young. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland. And he converts the layup. Young's got his second bucket of the game to go.
The ability of Trae Young to take it up inside makes him difficult to pressure out on the perimeter.
Here's Simmons. Rebound, Atlanta.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard's checked in for Bradley. Mike Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Danny Green. Philadelphia leading by 4. The drive by Simmons. Off the mark, only his second miss in 7 attempts.
Well, John Collins has the potential to be a star for this team. Continues to be a powerhouse on the offensive end. He can attack from inside as well as outside.
And the 76ers making a change here. Korkmaz is checked in.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Maxey, Howard. It's good on the putback.
And Howard, always one of the top offensive rebounders in the league.
1:16 left to play here in the first. Ripped away. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
And no need to rush on a situation like that. That's just giving away a possession.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Tony Snell comes in for Solomon Hill. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Young. Rondo finds Collins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Collins said so himself. He believes he'll be a max contract player when he hits free agency.
You know what, GA? I love the confidence from him. And you look year to year, his numbers are improving at an unbelievable rate. He just might get that max contract.
No stopping him there. Jams it in his... Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Allowing any room to operate, he's going to be aggressive.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Capella finds Rondo. And it goes down 2 points.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
Now, here's Maxey. Not a lot of room. And Capella sends it back. Outside Collins. The putback. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the lead.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Rajon Rondo. Gallinari is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Herter in at the shooting guard position. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great plays.
Just finding ways to score. Herter can do it in the half court or in transition.
And here's Milton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Poked away. It's stolen by Rondo. Pushing it up. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Herter. Defended by Thibault. And Herter gets it to go.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And Kevin Herter, a young player and a big part of this team's future. He keeps trying to add to his game.
And the area I love that he's improved, I think the most and needs to, is his ball handling. Doesn't have to only look for shots outside. He can attack the rim. He's also is more willing to take the lead in transition and create for others.
Simmons against Rondo. The dish now to Gallinari. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gallinari's got the lead up to 6 now for Atlanta.
This is just reading the defense, finding the soft spot. Heady play by Gallinari.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Atlanta making some changes. Collins checked in for Tony Snell. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Kevin Herter. And Trae Young subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Hawks with possession. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Young outside. Back to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Simmons. Now the 76ers on the break. And that one's good. Thibault.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Young passes to Capella. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Capella's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Hawks. Simmons against Collins. And it's Simmons penetrating. Here's Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Yeah, and Howard's still a forceful finisher around the rim.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Just another example of losing concentration. His 4th turnover of the evening. He has to start protecting the ball better.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now.
Side out.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Here's Maxey. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor. Has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And Young, here we go. To the middle. Goes back up. It's hauled in by Harris. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against San Antonio.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And this is the chemistry Capella has with his guys. Exceptional at feeling when to go for alley-oops.
Here's Maxey. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Maxey's got his second basket of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Young, good.
I mean, he's young, but the game just looks like it's slowed down for Trae. Knows exactly where to get his shots.
Down low and stolen by Bogdanovich. And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way. Young with no one around. And Collins is right there. Now it's a 6-point Hawks lead.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And so it's Atlanta with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their biggest deficit was 6 points in the... And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the 76ers, Bradley is out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Green. Then it's Simmons. And it's Curry in a 2-guard. Simmons inside. He's guarded by Collins.
Crafty and smooth. Simmons tearing up the nets. He is definitely a rising star.
Young looking it over. Herter passes to Young. Six on the shot clock. Here's Collins. It's hauled in by the 76ers. About 1 minute played here in the second half. The drive by Simmons. Atlanta leading by 6. Passes it to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism? For a big man, Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
Outside, Simmons. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Clint Capella.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turns things around.
And the 76ers making a change here. Milton's checked in. Here's Snell, guarded by Green. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And out of New Mexico, Tony Snell has made himself into a capable long-range marksman.
Yes, he's a guy who plays within himself, GA, stays in his lane, and knocks down perimeter shots.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Howard comes in for Bradley, and Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Danny Green. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Milton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And really, this is the role of Capella. To come out, play that strong defense, and alter as many shots as possible.
And Okongwu slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Rondo with the ball. There's the pass to Okongwu. And foul on the shot, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Maxey. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the third. Here's Maxey, and Rondo sends it back.
What? Nice defense by Rondo there, rising up to block that one.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. The finish, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
It's stolen by Rondo. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Bogdanovich, and Bogdanovich throws it down.
Rondo, known for his quick hands on defense, that time turned it into offense.
Now, here's Maxey. He's covered by Rondo.
Now, that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turns things around.
6 to shoot. Bogdanovich, no good that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And another turnover here by Philadelphia.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Atlanta leading by 11. Young outside. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Okay, incredible body control, the will to complete the play. Young with the potential and one.
And so it's Atlanta sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Collins is out there with Gallinari, and it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Young to the paint, and Capella the bucket on the assist by Young. Young's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Maxey. He's covered closely. Here's Bradley, second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Bradley. Now the 76ers on the break, and that one's good. Maxey. Maxey's got 4 this quarter.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
And so they foul intentionally. Some changes for Philadelphia. Howard comes in for Bradley, and Simmons subbed in for Maxey. Stolen. Howard kicks to Korkmaz. Back to Howard. Outside for Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
Young pass to Herter. Back to Young. To the inside. Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And 12 points for Clint Capella.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Simmons against Collins. Simmons' shot is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. 8-point game. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trae Young is built for stardom.
Here's Simmons, and he goes big with the dunk right on top of John Collins.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Capella kicks to Collins. Back to Capella. Howard with the steal. And it's Simmons penetrating.
You might ask, how is Trae Young blocking shots? The awareness and the activity level. That's how.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Banked in off the glass.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or Katie in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah. Lays it up off the glass.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
Now Young. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. The 76ers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons, just such a gifted player, someone who is mentally strong in these situations.
And here's Young. Inside. And Capella the bucket on the assist by Young. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And sometimes you have no chance at stopping Simmons from the interior. Just a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
And he does get the second one. And that narrows the gap to 7. And it's the Hawks' ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Goodwin feeling it out. Dishes it to Snell. Here's Goodwin. Back to Snell. It's stolen by Bradley. And so it's Atlanta with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really... All right, David, thank you.
playing his new addition flag.
And just about to get underway as the starting five. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him.
Here we go.
Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Snell in at the 3. And for the Nets, we've got DeAndre. What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Young outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Stolen by Collins. Here's Capella. Finished off the break. Capella's got his second bucket of the night.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man. And I think for years to come, you're going to be talking about the draft that Trae Young was involved in as the picks got swapped. One franchise getting their guy, and this team finding Trae Young. And he's been a blessing for where they need to go.
Collins finds Capella. Here's Snell. Rejected by Harris. Irving against Young. Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Collins.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And the Nets making a change here. Shamet's checked in.
Not settling for jump shots there as Herter gets his way on the drive.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. It's a three-point game. And there's the feed to Jordan. Good work defensively by Capella. Brent, you know the Hawks believed in Trae Young on draft day. They made the trade for him and gave up a chance at Doncic.
Well, I don't look at it like that, Kevin. I look at it like Atlanta got their guy. It's not about who else was on the board. It's the fact that they could get their #1 choice, and that was Trae Young.
And Durant, here we go. And then Durant with the jam.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of path to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
And here's the fast break. Here's Shamet. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
And the dunk by Capella.
You can see there just the threat of Young pulling up. It's going to open up the two-man game. The defender forced to come out and respect the deep shot, and Trae able to make the play.
Harden's shot is good.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Young, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. The shot misses. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met, but what a great game.
The kick out to Young. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Irving's shot is good.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
Rondo passes to Okongwu. Hawks passing it around. Here's Young. No good that time. Nice D from Griffin. In transition, here come the Nets. On up the court. Good.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Young with the ball. A 14-point game for him in the win against Cleveland. With 1 on the clock, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. A good and we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Shutting the floor for the Nets. They've got Green. Brown out there with Irving. Then there's Griffin. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 slot.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Back to Herter. And the pass to Rondo. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Atlanta now. They trail by 3. Here's Rondo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
The understanding that Rondo's showing right now in the pick and roll is setting up some great opportunity.
Irving drives in. Rebounded by the Hawks. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Some changes for Brooklyn. KD's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Bruce Brown. Pass to Herter. Down low. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And that one's good, Irving.
Kyrie not backing away from the contact there. In fact, welcoming that one tricked you into it.
Rondo dishes to Bogdanovich. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Irving surveying the floor. Down low. And stolen by Okongwu. Outside for Rondo. Pass to Gallinari. From deep. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
Herter at 6'7", able to get in there and get after the offensive rebound.
Rondo against Irving. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Rondo passes to Okongwu. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Atlanta shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And the technical free throw is good. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
Here's Collins. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2.
Well, KD, an awesome job there, just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Young outside to the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
It's stolen by Capella. And now Young running the floor all by himself. Collins dishes to Snell. The kick out to Young. Shoots the 3. He can't get it to go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
Saw the box score the next day and thought about those percentages. They had guys just going off in that one.
Here's Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Harden up top, defended by Young. Passes it to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Snell kicks to Young. To the paint. Capella, the pass to Young. Looking to end his cold spell. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. And slam dunk by Harris.
And that's a nice job defensively from Harden. I mean, he's capable of these kinds of plays when the guy is engaged and active.
Here's Young. A beautiful reverse layup. Young's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And that'll do it for the first.
James Bigford.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They ended the period holding on to us. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Young and Herter make up the back. Clint Capella is out there with Collins, and it's Snell in at the 3, the small forward. Young inside, guarded by Harden. That one drops for him. Young's got 7.
You just can't take Trae Young lightly from anywhere on the floor. These kind of shots will help him get into a rhythm.
Harden scanning the floor. And Harden with the stuff.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Collins kicks to Capella. Back to Collins. The 3. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Landry Shamit's checked in for the Nets. Atlanta also making some changes here. Bogdanovich comes in for Tony Snell. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Young. Here's Collins. And foul on the shot, so he'll get it. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Tony Snell comes in for Bogdanovich. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And he knocks down the first one.
The leap that we saw John Collins make last year was pretty awesome. Scary thing is he's just going to keep getting better and wants to improve that consistency in terms of his shooting range around the top of the key.
Jordan trying to free himself up. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Young dishes to Okongwu.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
The Hawks trailing. Here's Hurt. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Young against Harden. And Young, here we go. Up and in on the layup. Young's got 9 points.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
And they go to the intentional foul. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Irving's checked in for Landry Shamet. Bogdanovich finds Gallinari for the lead. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 3 assists now in this one. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Irving with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Here's Claxton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Claxton's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
That one falls. He's got 12.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Bones, with that Clint Capella trade last year to the Hawks, a bit of a surprise to many, but the Hawks were able to land a young and talented center.
And maybe GA the perfect fit for how it is that their team is constructed around Trae Young. Capella's going to be that pick and roll option, can finish above the rim, and is a good defender to protect the guys on the defensive end.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Irving passes to Claxton. The 8-footer. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Molinari passes to Bogdanovich. Feeds to Capella. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Capella's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Hawks. The Nets have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
And here's Rondo. It's stolen by Johnson. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
And Tyler plays both ends of the floor very well, using his fast hands there to clog up the passing lane.
And the turnover again by Atlanta. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines.
We're good, right here. Come on. Hey, one.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown. Then there's Irving. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Here's Harden. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Kicks it out to Collins. Dishes it to Young. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
That big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Brooklyn trailing. Now, here is Harden. Now, Okongwu. Snell kicks to Collins. Young up top, guarded by Harden. Collins passes to Young. An easy 2 points on the layup. Young's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
Oh boy, the touch is coming back here in the second half. Percentages from the field much better than it was at the break.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Misses in close. And so it's Atlanta with it. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Inside. Knocked loose. Durant with the steal. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Irving with a clean look. And the Nets miss again. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Atlanta making a switch here. Capella's checked in. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Young, good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Durant, the pass to Jordan. And he goes big with the dunk right on top of John Collins.
Look, DeAndre Jordan and the rim, those two are best friends.
Harden against Young. The dish to Capella. Fires from deep. Young, no good. Nets trail by 4. KD drives in. Lays it up and banks it in.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Young finds Capella.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
With it. And the jam by Harden.
And this is what great players do.
Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Young against KD. Here's Capella. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really needed that basket.
That's good from Capella.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great and one play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stop.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Durant against Young to the middle. Here's Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And the Hawks lead by 5.
The big man coming through. Collins delivering. That's the big fella.
Here's Harden. Durant trying to break free. Harden's shot is off.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Hurd. He's covered by Irving. Shot clock at 5. Young dishes to Capella. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Now it's a 7-point Hawks lead.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
The kick out to Irving. And here's Harris from the arc. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Young. Stolen by Harden. It's 2-on-1. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Hurd. Young fires away from outside. Off on that one. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. A truly gutsy. All right, David, great job.
Game 2.
Not if Ty Debo had anything to say about it, as he opened Game 2, forcing multiple turnovers.
And he gets the steal right away.
And built a 6-point lead.
Nice shot.
And in the second quarter, Ty Debo appeared on camera with a headband for the first time in the finals. Would that prove to be the difference?
At the end of the first half, Ty Debo got a 3 from...
A look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. No doubt this is a...
Hey, Kevin. Well...
It does indeed. Thanks, David. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 2. And for Philadelphia, Bradley is out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Green. Then there's Seth Curry. And it's Simmons in at the point guard. Now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running, and Simmons slams it in.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Simmons against Harden, and stolen by Simmons. Curry, good. And the NBA, Chris, with a long regular season, we know that. Are there things that can make the season seem even longer or shorter or in between for that matter?
Yeah, Kevin, well, I'll tell you what, the cliche, time flies when you're having fun, and we all know that's true. So when you're losing or not seeing eye to eye, that's when this season can really drag on.
Now here's Simmons. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
But the versatility of Simmons is astounding, amazing, impressive. Dunks like this are just insane.
Harden outside to stop the run. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
It's Curry. That time on the assist by Simmons. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Harden. Here's Jordan. The shot will not fall. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And the wide open shot from Green. They get it again. Bradley. Curry on the wing. Pass to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Howard's checked in for Tony Bradley. And it's Shake Milton in for Curry. And the Nets making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. The 76ers leading by 10. Here's Milton. It's hauled in by Harris.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And let's quickly jump to the 2K leaderboard to find out which point guards have been the highest scorers over the last month. Kyrie Irving 3rd.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
These guys aren't there just to run the offense for the teams anymore. They are the offense. They can light it up.
Now here is Harris. They just worked San Antonio in that last game. And it's slammed in by Howard.
It's a battle boxing Howard out. Too big, too strong.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. To end the cold streak, that's tipped. 1:30 left here in the opening quarter. Shot's good by Simmons. Simmons got 6.
displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Count it, good.
The ability Durant has to score inside, it puts him over the top when you're talking about the NBA's best offensive players.
Now here's Simmons. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio. Over in the corner, Green. Simmons' shot is good. He's got 8.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
Well, Irving came into this league as a terrific three-point shooter, and I think he's only getting better with age if he can.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Scotty's checked in for Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Green. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Shake Milton. And Maxey subbed in for Simmons.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Philadelphia leading by 10. And here's Maxey. Green with the rebound. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Dishes to Griffin. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And here comes the break. Here's Maxey. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return.
For me, it comes with...
And with social media now, Greg, blocking out the noise has become for these players even harder.
I mean, truth is, people like to criticize others. We should be celebrating what Simmons has accomplished at a very young age.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Scott is out there with Korkmaz. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Maxey. And it's Bradley in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Harden outside. Keeps it alive. Here's Griffin. He dishes it to Harden. Griffin against Bradley. There's Green with the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Bradley's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And that one's good. Thybulle.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Green. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot. And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights. Oh, you love seeing Harden take off for the slam. He has just unreal hops.
Maxey passes to Korkmaz. Right side Bradley. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there, straight power. Here's Harden. Scott pulls it in.
Give it up for the D. No fear. You risk getting posterized. You know what, though? But you still take them on.
Korkmaz passes to Brantley. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Harden surveying the D. And Harden with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Now, here's Maxey. Defense right on him. Down low. Wow, hammering it in!
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Harden can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Bradley passes to Scott. And it's Scott with the jam.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now the pass to Griffin. Here's Llewellyn. Back to Griffin. It's stolen by Bradley. Pass to Korkmaz. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. Here's Simmons. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. And Simmons slams it in.
I mean, that's too easy for Simmons. I mean, the closer he gets to the ball, he gets it off before the hole.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 19-point.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 10 points, 2 assists. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
So for Brooklyn now, we've got Jordan. Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Philadelphia. It's Curry outside. The rebound by the Nets.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Here's Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
It's all about determination for Howard. When he sprints like this, he deserves to get the rock.
Harris against Howard. Harris dishes to Jordan. From deep. No good on that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Shot from the low block. Howard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Dwight Howard, you know, not the same 35-minute
a game player he once was, but I tell you what, when he's on the floor, he can still be every bit as effective.
Yeah, Howard can bully teams that go small against him. I mean, he provides a big body to deal with other strong centers. I mean, he also gives the team some great flexibility with how they match up.
And Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's a big reason why Jordan's field goal percentage is always so high, because most of his finishes come right at the rim.
On the wing, Harris. There's the three. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Nets trail by 19. Here's KD. Again, the Nets for two.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Curry finds Simmons. Back to Curry. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance from deep Harden. And he's good on the three ball. Harden's got 11.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
And they double up Simmons. On the wing, Green. He's looking for Howard and finds him. And Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. A 12-point game. Now the dish to Curry. Harris outside. And nothing is falling for him right now. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Well, I mean, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
Simmons passes to Howard. They kick it out to Green. Back to Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
That's the savvy veteran Green. He's able to spot when his teammates aren't being covered. That's a nice read right there.
Out to Harris. The tray. Green with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Irving dishes to Griffin. It's Durant on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Those 76ers leading by 14. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Bradley's checked in for Dwight Howard. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Durant. Andrew Shamet comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Kyrie Irving.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Right side, Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I love whenever Griffin finishes with power. I mean, he's showing he's not to be messed with close to the basket.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Maxey. That one off the back iron and out. Nets trail by 14. Here's Shamet. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Maxey. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes both free throws. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. 76ers lead by 14. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Maxey. Tobias Harris is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Bradley, and it's Milton in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
Amazing confidence from Irving. He's so skilled at getting inside and getting the shot he wants.
Now, here's Maxey, covered by Irving. Now, here's Maxey. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the 76ers lead by 14.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now, here's Maxey. He's tightly guarded.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Brown finds Griffin. No good on that one. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. Back to Bradley. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Harris outside. On the wing, Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Harris. The first one falls. Some changes for Philadelphia. Danny Green, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. Curry comes in for Shake Milton. And it's Ben Simmons in for Maxey. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Harden in for Brown. Harris outside. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Nets.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
The 76ers leading by 15. Outside, Simmons. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Incredible concentration from the Australian. Even when you body Simmons up, he's great at powering through.
And yes, it's good.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be nice to have that combination of height and skill. You know you can get your shot off pretty much against anyone.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. Simmons on the wing, guarded by Harden. 4 on the shot clock. Harris, good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Irving passes to Harris. Jordan, great positioning on the putback.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Irving against Curry. And it's been said that history is written by the victor. It certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, and in the NBA and basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So It does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings, but measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them. Here's Simmons, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 17.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Now the 76ers with it. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Curry deciding where to go with it. And here we go. Harden heads to the hoop.
Great anticipation, quick hands. Who's saying Irving can't play defense?
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 22 is their biggest lead. Outside Curry. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good competition, but David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. The Hawks on their way to the locker room earlier, hoping to send their fans home happy tonight. What a gorgeous nighttime view from high above the city of Atlanta. Welcome, everybody, to another Dave.
Hey, Kevin.
Thanks, D.A. And now, a look at the upcoming schedule for the 76ers. On Tuesday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
I tell you what, when Simmons is taking it strong to the rack, he's looking for the contact and the foul. I love his aggressiveness.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Young pass to Collins. Back to Young. To the left wing. Clock at 4. Shot from 12. That's good on the jump shot.
Right there on display for you was Clint Capella's continuing growth offensively. Eyes up, ready to make the next pass before he got the ball.
Here's Simmons, and it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. And Young with the basket on the assist by Collins.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Young pass to Capella. Outside Collins. And it's Tony Bradley with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kicks it to Young. To the inside. Capella inside, guarded by Bradley. Here's Young. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Young's got 6 points.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Simmons dishes to Bradley. And Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
So for the Hawks, Gallinari, he's checked in for Collins. Bogdanovich comes in for Tony Snell. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Kevin Huerter. Then for the 76ers, Howard's checked in for Tony Bradley. Shake Milton comes in for Seth Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Simmons. Young passes to Gallinari. Some solid defense from Harris.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Young drives in. Now here's Capella, guarded closer. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Hawks making a change here. Okongwu's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Mike Scott's checked in for Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Shake Milton. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. 76ers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Thybulle with the ball. We saw him with 10 points last game. Here's Maxey. Great D that time from Rondo. The Hawks trailing. Pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, his teammates are going to like Gallinari more and more with every one of those passes. Good job to set up for a wide-open look.
And Capella over to help. Here's Maxey. And he banks in the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Bogdanovich passes to Rondo. And Gallinari kicks to Rondo. To the paint, Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
In the pick and roll, Rondo is a maestro, knows exactly how to move defenders and create the passing angle he wants.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Thybulle. Now Howard. Rebounded by Capella.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And Howard with the stuff.
Great reach that time by Howard. He went way upstairs to throw that one down. Can pretty much get any pass that's around the goal.
Here's Rondo. Drops in the layup for 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Tie game in Atlanta. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
They've got Clint Capella. Okongwu is out there with Gallinari. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Huerter in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Rondo. Out to the wing. Passes it to Capella. It's deflected. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. Simmons against Rondo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu.
Just have to be more careful with Simmons. I mean, he's absolutely brilliant at keeping the defense off balance.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Collins comes in for Okongwu. And Tony Snell subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Tony Bradley's checked in for the 76ers. Curry comes in for Matisse Thybulle. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
I tell you, it doesn't get any easier than this, guys. I mean, Simmons finishing with power.
Here's Herbert. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Right now, Simmons is a question with no answer, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
Trae Young, he's checked in for the Hawks. And then for Philadelphia, Harris is checked in for Mike Scott. Green comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Shake Milton in for Seth Curry. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
Okongwu's checked in for Gallinari.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
And Young, here we go. And the shot goes in. Young's got 10 points.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Hawks making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Axi's checked in for the 76ers. Young inside. Okongwu, the pass to Young. Trains it from 9 feet away. He's got 12.
Just his night, guys. We saw Young do this in college. Once he gets into a rhythm, he will just put it on you.
Here's Maxey, and slam dunk by Maxey.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And Young kicks to Snell. Back to Young. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Okongwu. And he gets the bucket. Okongwu's now got his second bucket of the game to go.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Maxey passes to Bradley. Makes it off the glass. Bradley's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Young looking it over. Down low. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And stolen by Okongwu. The pass to Young, and he lobs it up toward the rim. The shot by Okongwu, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Atlanta. And stolen by Okongwu. Rondo dishes to Okongwu. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Back to Rondo. It's Young on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. Scott pulls it in. Well, it was the Hawks winning their last game against Cleveland. Here's Korkmaz. No good with the layup. Young left side. Pass to Okongwu. Collins with it. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Ben Simmons.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching. And this talented 76ers team, they are loaded in their starting five. And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back court.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jock Rivers. Curry is out there with Simmons. Then there's Bradley, and it's Green, and it's Harris in at the 4. Young finds Capella, shoots over Bradley, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clint Capella is a guy who's a defensive anchor and takes quality shots, and because of that, he plays his role to perfection.
Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite. You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Back to Collins. He kicks it to Capella. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Snell from outside. Collins in the post. Harris is there. Collins passes to Capella. It's stolen by Bradley. Now here is Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Big man coming through. I have to enjoy watching Harris attack the rack with that kind of ferocity.
Here's Herter. Guarded by Simmons. Pass to Snell. And there's a call on Tobias Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And the 76ers also making a change. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Green. Rondo, good on the bucket.
Rondo going right through the contact and scoring there. He's a lot tougher than he looks.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the 76ers. The Hawks trail by 3. Bogdanovich wide open. Out to the right wing. Rondo dishes to Bogdanovich. Rondo kicks to Okongwu. The 3 from Bogdanovich. The shot comes out. The 76ers leading by 3. Here's Simmons. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Hawks. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now Simmons. He's got 16. Over Gallinari. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Passes it to Bogdanovich. It's stolen by Milton. And now Philadelphia on the break. Simmons is running. Yes, that goes in. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, and you know, for Simmons to be so young, he has a great basketball IQ, and he plays to his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
Rondo looking over the floor. Hill kicks to Bogdanovich. Now the feed to Okongwu. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Okongwu's now got 8 points.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Gallinari against Simmons. does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Bogdanovich, no luck, and it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella comes in for Okongwu, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Solomon Hill. Then for the 76ers, Mike Scott's checked in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Seth Curry, and Maxey subbed in for Ben Simmons.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
From down in the low post, it goes. And now a 5-point 76ers lead. Huerter passes to Capella. Rondo kicks to Capella. Back to Rondo. The pass to Huerter. Right side, Bogdanovich. And he converts the layup. Bogdanovich has got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like...
And we've reached the end of the third. Philadelphia ahead, up 5. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm.
Hey, offensively, okay, let's make 2.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. They've got Rajon Rondo, Bogdanovich out there with Gallinari, and it's Fernando in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Rondo, good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Bruno Fernando. John Collins comes in for Gallinari. Tony Snell's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Trae Young subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Right there, you love what Young gives you. A great facilitator in transition, and he's also a terrific finisher.
Here's Maxey, badly trying to break free, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
So he gets them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Capella, high post. Here's Huerter, defended by Thibault. Snell dishes to Capella. And the basket is good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Maxey passes to Thibault. Green inside, defended by Young. Just 3 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. A solo fast break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
You know, after the pick, good job igniting the fast break. Young is a catalyst in so many ways.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's Maxey. And the layup's good off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 1. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Huerter passes to Young. To the middle. And the dunk by Capella.
Capella's so good at finishing around the rim, showing you right there. Great explosiveness inside.
The 76ers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Here's Thibault. Yep, that one goes in there. Thibault's got his first bucket of the night.
and challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, this guy is always in attack mode, very aggressive. Some players might kick it out there, not him. He's going right to the bucket.
Here's Herder. Young finds Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
So good to see the role players stepping up in big moments. That's a big basket for Clint Capella.
The 76ers trail. And here's Maxey, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Atlanta?
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Dwight Howard's checked in for Brantley. Harris comes in for Green, and it's Seth Curry in for Matisse Thybulle. Collins passes to Capella. Here's Snell. Here's Young. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Maxey passes to Howard. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the 76ers lead by 1. The Hawks have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Atlanta. Bogdanovich comes in for Kevin Herter. The 76ers also with a sub. And Simmons, he's checked in for Maxey. Here's Simmons. Here's Howard.
Got it! There's not a lot you can do when Howard is on like he is now.
Here is Hill. Young with the ball. Good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. That shot missing, so the Hawks will take it the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Hawks making a change here. Gallinari's checked in.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Hey, when the game is tight and snug, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to do so.
Now, here is Young. Yes!
So calm when the game is on the line. Young knows it's his job to bring this game home.
Simmons on the wing. Count it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
Atlanta calls timeout. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively. And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Guys, what's your take?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim. A tip in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
Young with the steal. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll